In February, targeted members of the Gikuyu, Embu, and Meru. Again, on the 5th of March, in Roysambu, brutal demolition took place, again targeted the members of the Gikuyu, Embu, and Meru. On 8th March 2026, again, at Uhuru Market, the Mount Kenya traders were targeted. This is persecution of a community, it is ethnic profiling, and it is unacceptable. These actions are not only insensitive to the economic realities facing millions of Kenyans, but also raise serious questions about fairness, consistency, and the true motives behind the enforcement exercise. We are well informed of other targeted areas of demolitions that are predominantly Kikuyu, Meru, and Embu traders. These include Tsunami Market in Starehe constituency, Nyayo Market, Kamukoji Market, Ikoba Market, Molem, and Sete Cotton. We have information that William Ruto has ordered persecution of the Gikuyu, Embu, and Meru in Nairobi through brutal, inhuman evictions carried out at night and supervised by armed police officers. If the demolitions are genuine, why are they done under the cover of darkness? If it is genuine that public land and spaces should be vacated, why is Western Hotel standing tall on KCAA land and other properties owned by corrupt city officials and national politicians not touched? This double standard exposes a troubling pattern where the law appears harsh on the weak and strangely hesitant when it comes to powerful interest. Justice must never operate on the principle of strength versus weakness. The rule of law demands consistency. Is structure sitting on road reserves demolished? Why is the law being applied selectively and targeting the Kikuyu, the Meru, and the Embu? What is good for the goose must indeed be good for the gator. We have intelligence information that President William Ruto has vowed to displace the Gema community that has a big vote in Nairobi by destroying their businesses and sending them back to the rural areas to deny them an opportunity to participate in the next general election within the county of Nairobi. And if William Ruto thinks and believes that his only problem in the country is the Mount Kenya communities, then he doesn't know what is happening in the rest of the country. It is not just the people of the Mount Kenya community that have a problem with this government, but the whole country. Targeting the Mount Kenya people is unacceptable, and we shall fight it at the risk of being called tribal. We have also information that Governor Sakaja has ordered that business people and contractors who have rendered services to the county government of Nairobi and come from the Gikuyu, Embu, and Meru communities should not be paid. They have been struggling for the last 3 years with pending bills, and this community has been targeted for impoverishment and being denied their rightful dues after doing work with the county government of Nairobi. At a time when Kenyans are struggling with a harsh economic climate, destroying modest businesses of ordinary traders without offering viable alternatives is both unjust and deeply irresponsible by this brutal regime. These traders represent the backbone of our informal economy. They are not criminals. They are hardworking citizens striving to feed their families under extremely difficult circumstances. For once, be mindful of the hustler whose healthcare, education, and all other systems you have destroyed, and they are crying in great pain and anguish in a bottomless economic abyss. How do you feel or even sleep at night when women and children are crying in the cold rain season? And just the other day, you butchered hundreds of Gen Zs and others ordered to be shot on the legs. What is even more troubling is the glaring selectivity in the application of the demolition orders. While the government moves with remarkable speed and force against kiosks and small stores owned by struggling Wananchi from the Mount Kenya region, other large and well-known establishments that sit on contested public land remain conspicuously untouched and rarely discussed in the same breath? Why can this remarkable government energy be used to unlock drainage in Nairobi and streamline disaster management in our cities? Selective enforcement undermines public trust, fuels perceptions of political victimization, and deepens ethnic and social tensions in our country. Kenya cannot afford governance that appears punitive to the poor while protective of the rich and powerful. I therefore call upon the relevant authorities to immediately halt these demolitions and subject the entire exercise to a transparent and fair review. Any enforcement of planning regulations must be humane, lawful, and uniformly applied across the board, from the smallest roadside store to the most prominent commercial establishment, and all grabbed public property. Kenya is a nation governed by the rule of law, not by selective convenience for political ends. Asante sana. Sawa sawa. Do we have a lot of people? Yeah. Ni undu wa bare rerekeirio nyumba itu ya Gikuyu na Mumbi. Agikuyu andu a Meru na andu a Embu ni mahuritwo bara nene muno guku mucii wa Nairobi ni thirikari ya William Ruto na Governor Sakaja na kunyamario ni undu wa indo ciao kumomorwo mweri 18 mweri wa keri kuria Githurai. Andu a nyumba ino itu ni mahurirwo na indo ciao ikianangu utuku ni thirikari marugamirirwo ni thigari mweri 5 mweri wa gatatu kuria Roysabu. Ningi andu a nyumba ino andu a Meru andu a Embu na Gikuyu ni o mahurirwo. Ningi mweri 8 kuria Uhuru Market ni o marahurirwo. Ni tukinyirwo ni uhoro ati ni kubangitwo o ringi andu a nyumba ino mahuru kuria Tsunami Market, Starehe, Nyayo Market, Kamukunji Market, Gikoba Market, Molem na City Court. Na gutiri andu ake marahuru Nairobi, no nyumba ino irahuru na kunyarirwo. Andu a nyumba ino itu ni o mathurire William Ruto, ni o mathurire Johnson Sakaja, na magarurukite maramahura ta nyamu cia githaka. Indo ciao ikahurwo tuku ikanango, na twina riboti ati marendo mathame Nairobi ni undu wa githurano gikiroka macoke gicagi. Wenda kwira William Ruto na andu acio mathama macoke gicagi makamuingata kuma ku gicagi. Na ni thuroria niki aroria nyumba ino itu tondu andu aria angi matirorio. Nyumba cia itonga cia kuina roi gutiri mundu raciuria. Ona mukawa wa Ruto kiwanja kiu kia iru kuma andu a airport KCCA mukawa ucio rungi hau. No nyumba cia andu aria thini muno Agikuyu na Embu na Meru ni o mamurikitwo kunyamario. Na ningwenda kuoya mweke uyu kwira ma MCA ma Nairobi aria marario uguo ndiraria, aria mathurirwo ni andu a nyumba ino itu manyitanire na Sakaja na Ruto kunyarira nyumba itu, ndimere thiku ciao ni ndare na ngoma kora nginya micii ngumaruta nginya marima. Gutiri hindi mangituika mathurirwo ni andu aitu na nio manyitanire na Sakaja makanyitanira na Ruto kunyamaria nyumba itu na kuhakikisha indo cia andu aitu ni ciahurwa na cianango. Andu aitu marahitwo tha nyamu cia githaka na gutiri mahitia mekite mokite ogwicariria na gucariria ciana ciao. No ru thirikari ino ni mamurikite kumanyarira na kwaranga indo ciao na kuhakikisha matikuona uturo na matikuona thayo thiini wa mucii wa Nairobi. Marendo maume Nairobi macoke gicagi na ngwenda kuga gutiri kundu maguthii magwikara guku. Ona mathi na indo ciao cianango no maoka gwikia kura tondu nikio kiratuma marutwo guku Nairobi. Kwanza riria maraiguire ni tukunyitana na ikaba nigetha githurano kia Nairobi gikariro kia githurano guikara. Nikio andu a nyumba ino itu maranyarirwo makenda kuhuru indo ciao ikanango nigetha magume guku Nairobi. Twina ruo ruingi muno ta nyumba na ni ngukenania atongoria ndina uha Mheshimiwa Gakuya, Mheshimiwa Meja Dong, Mheshimiwa Mwago ni kurugama na andu aitu na kurugama na andu aria mamathurire. Na ningwenda kwira akujaniria ruriri aheshimiwa na ma MCA aria othe maranyitana na William Ruto kunyamaria nyumba itu kumeonithia thina kumenyarira thiku ciao ni ndare na ni ngoma tagaga kuria nyumba itu mweshimiwa wothe unyitanagira na Ruto kunyamaria nyumba eno itu MC wothe unyitanagira na Ruto kunyamaria nyumba eno itu etukuonana nao na nginya ma MC ma me Nairobi maranyitana na Sakaja na Ruto kwananga indo cia andu aitu mamenya githurana ni giukite na nyumba eno ithu twari kuo no ithu tuku ndio tugakoo turi kuo na ni ngwaria na andu nyumba itu nigetha andu acio othe maranyitana na Ruto makaingatwo tondu gutire hindi ungithurwo ni andu makwendithe magikuhe kura umateithie umarugamirire na we uranyitanira na andu aria maramanyamaria na maramagiria thayo thiini wa mucii wa Nairobi. Asante sana. I think that is enough.